Okay, we're going to start assembling the frame for the TREX700X. I'm going to do this video a little bit different, just help you identify a few of the parts and kind of how things go together. So if we're looking at page 7 of the manual, this here on the left, this is the rear side of the helicopter. The battery tray is going to wind up mounting on the front. Easiest way to identify which side is which is if we look right here, there's servo mounting bosses. These go on the inside of the left side of the frame. Later on, the elevator servo is going to mount from the outside, and the bolts are going to use these pieces. So the fuselage side, or the frame side with the pre-built servo bosses in here, this is the left side of the frame, and these go to the inside. Now what I'm going to do here is replace this with the other frame. When you first get everything, this will eventually be the right-hand side. Your bearings come already put together. The bolts that they're going to use are already there. So what I wanted to identify was the upper and lower bearings for the main shaft. First off, the outer side of the race, the larger part of the bearing, goes up on the upper bearing and it goes down on the lower bearing. Easiest way to tell, the main shaft collar will be putting pressure here and keeping the bearing inside of its race, and from the bottom, the main gear will be pushing up on this bearing and keeping it in its race. The other small piece we have here is the pinion bearing for the motor in the front. This has the bearing up because the electric motor will push down and the pinion will actually keep that bearing in place. Other thing to note, when I put it together, there's two of the larger socket head collar screws here and only one on the upper one, and that's going to make sense once we start putting things a little bit further together. So I'm going to go ahead and take the bolts out, and we're going to come back and assemble this.